Good evening, yonder ladies and yonder gents. We're playing Death Road to Canada today. £10 on Steam, an absolute bargain, and I'll show you why. I love this game. I've been playing it non-stop for the last 4 or 5 hours, something like that. So I'll start a new one so you can see it from the beginning. None of my custom characters will be in there. I'll just use random ones. There's plenty of people in there you'll recognise, based off celebrities and the such like. Obama's in there. He's quite an interesting character. And there's a moose, dog character, cat character, all kinds of things. So really varied gameplay. It's obviously pixel art kind of style graphics, so you're not going to find any 3D, but I mean it looks good enough. I've got it windowed here so I could record it, but full screen is probably the best way to play it. So let's hit the road. Without further ado, there's some helpful hints at the beginning, so you've got a little bit of an idea of what you're doing, but it's not that kind of game. It's the kind of game that you just pick it up and you kill zombies, and you get to know the game as you go. So mart's going to be full of food, factory's going to be full of bullets, and hotel is going to be presumably full of umbrellas and pots and pans and random stuff like that. So you can get a fair idea of where you're going from the text descriptions. It's kind of like an RPG with action battles, if you like. A roguelite RPG with action battles. Now, I don't know what kind of game it is. It's a good game. So here we go. This is the main gameplay loop. Your buddy kind of follows you about. You can switch to them if you like. Switch weapons between yourselves. Try not to get split up, because it doesn't take long to get swarmed by a load of zombies. And one on its own is quite weak. 2 or 3 hits will usually put it down. But a lot of them all together can quickly overwhelm you, especially since there's only 1 or 2 of you. It's a 4-player game, which is good if you've got 4 friends. I don't. I've only ever played it in 2-player. I've got a 3rd friend, but he doesn't like this kind of game, so he won't play it. So yeah, off we go, smashing the hell out of zombies, reclaiming the place for humanity, or the surviving remnants of. As you can see, food is the currency, so anything edible gets picked up. I quite like this character. She doesn't need a weapon, she uses kung fu. Woman after my own heart. Do like a kick-ass chick. Am I allowed to say that? I don't care if I'm allowed to say that or not. I like a kick-ass chick. Anyway, back to the game. Some of the rooms are empty. Toilets. Let's go out of there as quickly as we can. Zombie toilet. I can't think of much worse than that. Really. Tell you what, the music is really good in this game. I probably should have muted it due to copyrights, but I'm going to claim fair use because I'm reviewing and demoing bits of the game. So go out and buy this game. If you want fair use to be respected, then when you see this kind of thing and you like the game, why not go and buy it? It's £10. It's the price of like 3 or 4 pints if you're a drinker, and 70% of a pack of cigarettes if you're a smoker. So there you go. Yeah, I think we're done here. There's nothing more to collect in here. She's really good at killing enemies. Usually it's you get tired after about 12 swings, and then you need to take a minute's rest or half a minute rest. So she's good. She can kill endlessly by the look of it. It's a bit annoying. You have to get right up close to a zombie to kill them. Why can't you have longer arms? I shouldn't complain. She's kicking ass. She's good. Have you noticed how swearing is really heavily penalised these days for monetisation? I only noticed because the creators I like have all been complaining about it. Some of them haven't, actually. Some of them have just got good solutions, like Linus Tech Tips. He's got a bleep machine, which is a constant source of fun and memery, which is great. But I've got to say, the reason that I don't swear is not because of the algorithm. I couldn't care less about the algorithm. I just think good content doesn't need to have swearing in it. And judging by how people treat words these days, who knows? In 10 years' time, any of the common swear words from today would mark you out as a bigot for all we know, so try and avoid that, especially if you want your content to be worth something in 10 years' time. I tend to think that stuff I make now should still be good in 10 years' time. If it's good now, it would be good in 10 years' time, so yeah, just ixnay on swearing. Back to the game anyway, so you get these little events, the camping, and if your car breaks down, you can get a fixing car event, that kind of thing, so it's just little updates here to let you know what's going on. Gas is really important. If you run out of gas on foot, you're screwed. You won't last long on foot. The bark banner means the dog might be in there, the dog character. Let's go and have a look to see if we can find this dog character. Usually you find the character, but one of your characters gets killed, so it's a trade more than anything. Oh yeah, she doesn't need weapons. I keep forgetting this lady's kung fu kicking. She doesn't use weapons. She doesn't need to use weapons. I love that. You can just run them down. Another cool thing is you can beep the car horn to get their attention. If someone's getting eaten and they're surrounded, you can run back to the car and beep the horn, and it will just give you a few seconds to get away, or like distract the horde. And I've got to say, the horde mechanics in this game are brilliant. I love the way they've done the zombies. I love the way that you can smash zombies and bits of them fly off, and occasionally you can use a disembodied arm or a spine or something like that as a weapon, so it's all good zombie killing flavour. I've got to say, this kung fu ability is amazing. This is the first I've seen of it. Haven't had this game for too long, but I've got to say, it's for a 2D pixelated whatever kind of game it is, it's really varied. There's tons of characters, loads of different weapons. I think it's procedurally generated levels. They're not completely random, they are randomised, if you know what I mean. Like, I've not seen this room before, but I've seen this kind of layout and those bits of furniture and stuff, so yeah, this is the perfect 2D game for me. It's chilled, you can get right into it, you can play it for as long or as little as you like, you won't get bored. 2, 3 or 4 players, and yeah, it's got that little bit of RPG sort of character growth in there. Like, over time, even though your characters are going to die, when you use them again, they keep all their power-ups and stuff, so it's not futile, it's not a waste of your time. I think, I'm not even sure, I haven't got anywhere near to completing it. I think it's 14 days of driving. 14 days of driving before you get to Canada, and along the way you're going to have to smash millions of zombies and meet other people, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. There's tons of other stuff going on with the RPG elements of the game, so I've got to say, it's easy to get good at this game. Like I say, I've played it 3-4 hours maybe, and it has made it a lot easier having this chick with the kung fu. You can cut through zombies a lot quicker. Actually, I had the chainsaw. That's the best weapon. It uses petrol, but you can literally slice through massive hordes of zombies. They've got no chance against you. So that's the best weapon. Then you've got things like the tactical spear, keeping things at a distance and tends to not make you tired using that. It's a good old weapon. You've got different pistols, guns, turrets, grenades. It's great. There's a military base level that I found that's got loads of cool guns in it. So it's got something for everyone. Yeah, I think this is, hopefully this will come out on the Evercade VS. This is the perfect game to be sat in front of the telly playing it with your kid or, you know, friends or missus or something like that. So yeah, highly recommended. £10 for this game. I didn't think I was going to last this long. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute episode, but I mean, here we are at 8 minutes or something like that, and no, I might as well just play it till conclusion. So yeah, I mean, we have to find this dog. I want to show you the dog character. Really, this isn't the one. This is a different dog character that's also good. The one that I'm talking about is like a big, looks like an Alsatian, a husky dog type thing. Oh yeah, and there's the moose character at the end. Obviously, you're going to Canada, so when you get to Canada, there's Mounties, there's a moose, there's everything Canadian, lots of snow. Yeah, I think whoever wrote this game has definitely spent too much time in Canada and has just got used to the fact that people are like zombies. No, I'm joking. No, I love Canadians. I'm joking. It's not just Canadians, it's everyone. It's everyone. And the worst bit of it is when you're surrounded by zombies and it's kind of socially pressured or expected of you to zombie along with everyone else, you will. If you don't, you wish you did. It's just as simple as that. So that's why I don't think protests are particularly useful at the moment. Maybe 200 years ago they would have changed someone's mind, but I think these days no. Authoritative planning and strategic kind of police behaviour is, no, you're not going to get anywhere with protests. As far as I know, most protests are actually planted there by the police, most of these big protester names, and they're there to get the collusion of other protesters who they can then arrest. Makes perfect sense to me. It's what you call police intelligence, isn't it? It's what they do. Anyway, back to the game. I'm sidetracking here because it's amazing that I've lasted this long. I mean, you can see it's getting dark now. Zombies are a bit more active in the night. They're a bit more aggressive. You can't see where the hell you're going. You're much more likely to die in the night. I love this game, the flavour of it and the attention to detail. I like how the music goes all spooky in the night. glad to get away from there. We did pretty well though, look at that. Loads of ammo, loads of medical. Yep, Reb, come along. I'm a great lover of dogs, especially useful dogs in computer games. Alright, onward to Canada. This is the part you can save. If you pause the game now while you're on the road, you can save it. Any other time you can't. Plow through is what I should have done here. But no. I didn't have the guts. Well, I like to roleplay these games, so in my head, I mean, when I'm playing it, I do the character voices, and each character behaves like they would. Lena would treat the injury in that scenario, because she's like a heartfelt, nicey nice character. She wouldn't try and shoot him. I don't even have a gun. Oh, that was stupid. This game is so harsh. If you like difficulty curve games with permadeath and everything that you can see before you now, if this is your kind of thing, I would highly recommend the pricely sum of £10. Is fairly cheap. That's a good bargain, good value game for me. I mean, I've already got £10 out of it just from making this video, even if I never play it again. Oh, I want that ice cream van. How do I get the ice cream van? I've had one in a previous game, and unfortunately it doesn't play the ice cream tune while you're driving along, which I was a bit disappointed with. But aside from the ice cream van, music, everything else in this game is great. That's the only disappointment, was the ice cream van doesn't have the alarm. Usually this is much more useful, but I've got barely any food. And I've got 3 people, so I think it's 4 food per person per day. So 4, 8, 12 food a day at the moment. It's quite a lot. Raid their fridge. People don't seem to mind, even though it's a zombie apocalypse. If you just walk into their house and raid their fridge, they might complain about it if you talk to them. Let's see if I can blow this guy up. Oh no, he's invincible. Okay, fair one. Beep beep. I was just about to say, well, I'll get killed now. Let's do some interesting things to see how quickly I can die. But I don't think that's going to show you the game. I want to show you how much fun I've had with the game, and me just dying quickly is not going to do that. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is do a couple of risky decisions. Let's put the team in jeopardy. Siege alert. Let's not try and get away from it. Let's just go to the siege. A siege is like you're locked in the building and there's constant zombies for about probably 3 or 4 in-game minutes. Well, no, I think it's about an hour in-game, but out of game it's 3-4 minutes. Ah, the shizzle's getting sizzle now, isn't it? Serious. Nope. This kung fu kicking chick is kicking the crap out of me. Note to self, try and get this character in future. That's so much fun. This isn't as bad as Breath of the Wild, but it does suffer from the weapon breaking disease. Especially with a weak character. Say you pick up a table leg or a false limb, that's a weapon in the game, you can use that. It'll break after 3 or 4 good strikes, so you've got to get a decent weapon. Really though, the best weapons are the firearms. There's no denying that. You want to get the submachine gun, the Uzi, double barrel shotgun. The chainsaw's not really a firearm, but I mean it's as powerful as like an assault rifle. So that's a good weapon. It's so unlikely I'll see that again though. But why would I want to ruin it for you? Go and buy the game, you can find the chainsaw, and you will be absolutely joyful, cutting through hordes of zombies, whistling a happy tune. It will be one of the best days ever. The car's not looking so great now. Running over zombies, not great for the bodywork. Not really, no. I'm just picking random stuff now. I can't believe I've got this far with pretty much full health. Loads of fuel. The game's going to hit me with a bunch of bad luck. The car's going to break. I'll hit a landmine, someone will get killed. That's it actually. That will be the demonstration of where the frustration and the fun comes out of this game. It's going to build you up to think, oh, I'm going to make it to Canada! And then it will just crap all over you and just ruin you. I'm just waiting for that now. But this kung fu is great. It's nothing like real kung fu. It's very unrealistic. You've got a kick and a punch. And you seemingly don't get tired from using them, really. I must have killed about 100 aliens and, you know, I've not seen her sweat yet at all, or get tired. You Small rooms aren't my favourite, I've got to say. I'm much more into the open. I don't mind lots of zombies as long as it's out in the open. I don't like these little corridors where you could easily get trapped. And as you'll see, if this video runs to its conclusion and I don't have to go out, my phone doesn't ring, as you will see, is when you get eaten by a horde of zombies, it's, I don't want to say realistic, not like I have any experience of a zombie apocalypse, but it's quite realistic how you think it might go when you get eaten by a horde of zombies. So if you're like me, if you're a little bit of a horror film guy, or you like zombie films, then this is for you. But if you're I need amazing 3D graphics and microtransactions and a Nintendo version, you know, if that's you, this possibly is not going to be your cup of tea. But I mean, there's not going to be many people who dislike this game. It might not be the best-selling game ever. It's not going to be a Skyrim. But anyone who plays this game for 10 minutes or more, especially if you've got a friend to play it with you, it's great fun. It really is. I mean, you can see here, I'm doing pretty well on this run. I haven't encountered any bad luck, no one's got any injuries. Sometimes big zombies will fall through the ceiling that you can't see and land on you or in front of you. Or sometimes a door will open and a horde of zombies will come flying out. So it's really difficult to tell when and where and how you're doing and where your luck's coming from. So, and that's part of the game, isn't it? It's a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster, especially if you're role playing one of your characters. And then when someone gets killed, you can either be tactical and kind of set them up, sacrifice them to the horde, and that will distract them enough for you to get away, or you can fight till the bitter end and leave no man behind. That's kind of my usual tactic. But, you know, it's a game you can experience and, you know, try out being a person that you're not in usual life. So, for instance, I would not leave someone behind in real life, but on here I think, no, I'll be a mercenary, I'll go and get them killed on purpose so I can take all their money and weapons and use it in the next level. So, I think that's a good synopsis on computer games in general. When you get people trying to criticise computer game media and saying, oh, we should take away Grand Theft Auto because it causes people to want to run over hookers. It's like, no, those people want to run hookers over already. Grand Theft Auto didn't suddenly make them want to run hookers over. And it's like, the opposite is probably true. If you're a person who's frustrated with life and you want to take your frustrations out on someone, isn't it better that you do that inside a computer game on a pixelated zombie that has no value aside from you to take your frustration out on? That's literally its purpose. If you don't have that outlet, who knows where that frustration is going to go? Some people kick their dog, their wife, their husband, or some people just kick themselves and have a crap day. So no, I'm all for computer games or films or books or anything that takes you out of frustration and allows you to go back to your natural state of being, which is chilled. You know, everyone's chilled really. Even the people you don't think, secretly they wish they could be chilled. A lot of it is something to do with their psychology, they're anxious or something like that. So I don't think this game will help those people much. So yeah, if you're a horror film guy or girl, you'll like this. If you're an anxious type of person though, this is not going to do anything for your disposition. It's a fairly jumpy sort of game, you know, zombies coming out of nowhere, especially when you walk through a door and you realise you've got a horde ahead and behind you, and you're in a really small space and your weapons start breaking. It can be really dire. But yeah, I've got to say, I'm a fan of these games anyway, but this is one of my particular favourites. I'd even go as far as saying, yeah, I'm going to say it. I prefer this to Vampire Survivors. This is a better game than Vampire Survivors. It's got better graphics, it's got better music, a better gameplay loop, a little bit more depth, and it's cheaper. So, 10 out of 10 really, yay! I can't remember who made it. It's like someone, Rocket and something Cat Games. It's not Rocket Cat Games, that's another company. It's two people, Morph something and Rocket something. I can't remember. It was on the title screen. Rewind it if you're that bothered, or look in the credits, buy the game and you'll see it for yourself. So I think we're going to come to the end of this level soon, the conclusion of this. We've seen enough here. It's been quite a useful run. We've collected quite a few supplies, so bullets are always useful later in the game. Food and medical are useful now. Obviously just keep an eye on your weapons. By the end of the game, you want to collect the good weapons to get out there and smash his head in so he doesn't wreck the car. He's already wrecked. Yeah, I think this car's not got much life left in it now. Look at that. So it's looking pretty spectacularly bad, isn't it? Who's gonna do it? She's in the picture. You can go. Oh, she did it. Usually that fails and someone gets killed or hurt or something like that. We should take bets. Who's going to get killed first? Charlie, plan out tomorrow and try not to be the first person to die. That's a bad omen that I've picked you, isn't it? And you're in the picture. Charlie's wits revealed. It's good how they've got wits, morale, attitude, all these different kind of RPG elements, not the ones you might expect. Never works. Nope, what a waste of a day. There we go, we're on foot now. Everything's going to go horribly wrong. Oh, we got a fish. Ah, here we go, the bad luck begins. Tripping over, not enough medical supplies. Morale is not good. And we've got a siege. This is the good bit of the game. I love these sieges where it's just you versus like hundreds of enemies. You can't escape for a good 5 minutes. So yeah, it's very therapeutic. Like I could have been beaten up by my wife 10 minutes ago and having a horrible day and feeling terrible and cynical about humanity and the whole world's a terrible, horrible place and humanity is crap. And then I play this for 10 minutes and think, well, it could be worse. I can imagine it being worse. Especially if you're covered in zombies trying to look for someone's car key to get out of here. That might be worse than having a crap boss and a bully partner and, you know, a crap government or protesters and strikes and anything else that might sort of ruin your day a little bit. You can always just get out of there and drop into the reality of this. Killing zombies, having a laugh, trying to survive day to day. Especially, like I say, if you've got a friend with you, this is the game for you. This is right down your alley. You will love it. So yeah, I was going to let this go to its conclusion, but I mean, I can't believe I've spent 20 minutes talking. This is in my top 3 games, I've just realised. If I spend half an hour talking about this, there's only 2 other games that I've ever done that with. And they're both my current 2 favourite games. They have been for years, really. XCOM 2 and City Skylines. Kind of a bit weird how they're... Well, no, it's not that weird. So I've got a city builder, and now I've got 2 kind of action-y games to go along with it. So XCOM is a strategy game, XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. That's a fantastic game. I highly recommend that one as well. Haven't reviewed it, but I do play it regularly. That's another one. The graphics are okay. It's got 3D, does look nice. I like the graphics, but they're not amazing. I can't get in the car because they're just going to eat the car. Brand new. Oh, this is now don't get split up. One of those is dead now. Might try and distract the crowd. Oh, there you go. One who died. No, she's dead. We lost our nurse. What are we going to do now? See, that's the role play. I'm not really doing it, but half the fun of this, especially if you're with a friend, you can have a couple of drinks or, you know, whatever your tipple is, or maybe just, you don't need that kind of thing. Some people don't, but I find it easier to role play after a little alcoholic lubricant. So yeah, it's so much fun to put the voices on and just, you know, have a bit of a laugh with it. Oh, that usually works. She's crap at being a nurse. Oh, I just sacrificed my nurse. That was stupid. Yeah, so as you can see, this game is not giving me an easy ride now. It started off well, but I mean, 2 out of 4 deaths. All the good weapons are gone. The only reason I'm still alive is because of this kung fu. This is like a superpower. There's another one I saw that's a wrestler, and he picks up zombies and launches them at other zombies and makes quite a mess. That's quite good fun. But I've not actually had that character to control yet. He was a buddy. Oh yeah, I'm definitely screwed now. I tell you what, it's a jumpy game. Even me, I'm a calm guy, and this kind of gets my nerves a little bit. When you suddenly realise how screwed you are in a big crowd of zombies like that. Snap, there goes the weapon. Pick up that tennis racket. The AI is pretty good. Not in terms of the zombies. Obviously, they're zombies. Their AI doesn't need to be good. But the follower AI, they'll generally pick up the best of weapons, unless they've got really stupid, you know, really rubbish stats with stupidity in there. Oh no, this is not going well. Let's see if I can get to the door. See that massive crowd out there? That's a cool feature as well, how when you're near a door you can just about see what's through it, so you don't have to blindly run into a huge crowd. Oh, this isn't even the right way, is it? I panicked and went the wrong way. So much of me having a calm disposition. When your face is red like that, that's a bad sign. That means you're unable to swing your weapon. If you've got a gun, you can still fire that with slightly reduced accuracy. That's air horn. What does that do? Oh, it knocks them down. Oh, this could be. Oh, and then they will come running at the noise. That could be of limited use. Cool toy, but it's like we need more people to make use of that, I find. See, this is a strategic game, is what I've realised. Even in one player, you've got to kind of think what you're doing, or you'll run into a corner and get stuck there, or you'll run out of petrol, or you'll spend all your food on a gun, and then realise you've got no ammunition and be stuck using a piece of wood off the floor and die that way. So there's a million ways you could die, and as far as I know, there's only one way you're ever going to get to Canada, and that is making it through 14 days, or however many days you're driving. So, do you know what? I was gonna end the video again, but no, look how near to death I am. I'm going to try and draw it out. I don't want to die. Let's see how good my survival is. Daily, if you can survive this, you are a true maniac. So unbelievably tense. If they start grabbing onto you, you're screwed. If little red bits of blood start coming out, because they go towards blood, so as soon as you're scratched, they'll just dive in on you. I need a different weapon. Oh no, get out! I got out. Ooh, I got away. Oh, I'm alright for a few seconds. Oh no, I'm going to be trapped again. Oh no, I thought there might be a door here. Oh, shit. Oh no, don't swear. Oh dear. This is making me panic. I really didn't mean to swear there. That was a slip of the tongue. So, yeah, I mean, you can see what this game's about. That's it. Even though it's got depth, I cannot show you that depth because you need to replay it and replay it. The replay value is the depth. It's so many different characters and options, and it's a cruel mistress, but a good mistress. So yeah, go out and buy this game if that's your sort of thing. And that's Death Road to Canada in all its glories. So yeah, I think it's brilliant. I would give this game a 10 out of 10, which is maybe a little bit generous to some, but not to me. This is just my sort of thing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.